Hi everyone, it's your instructor Nick, and this is the week 2 video, which I am making to kind of walk you all through what the game plan is for the whole week. It's meant to be a video that makes you kind of feel good about your workload and your management, and it will let you know what your assignments are, and ideally by watching this video you can kind of time manage better for your week, and you are able to have a good grasp of like what I'm asking for. I'm not going to go into the content at all. That is in my online lecture, and that will be in the class videos. Um, but yeah, this is really intended to kind of just be an overview of our week, so that you guys don't feel discombobulated with the week. I want you guys to be able to feel good about the class and the work you're doing, and sometimes when you're like, wait, what do I have to do next? That's just really it's not a great feeling for an online student or an online class. So yeah, so this week we are going to focus on sci-fi and fantasy writing, and I start there in creative writing because it's what a lot of people think about when they think of creative writing. So I definitely like to touch on it, and we're going to talk about the conventions and what goes into writing a sci-fi or fantasy story. That's what this online lecture is, and I will, in class, I'm going to go over the same slideshow. I'll get these slides posted as well that I go in here. And then that way you guys just have a lot of resources. You can take notes and can get things taken care of that way. So you'll actually have like 3 different ways of getting that content: the online lecture, in class, or just looking at the slides on your own. But we're going to talk about what goes into sci-fi and fantasy writing. Obviously, I can't do it all justice in just 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Like, there's a lot more to it than what I cover, but this is to get our appetites wet. And after you finish that, you can focus on the writer's lens assignment. This is the reading like a writer, right? That's our goal, is to read like a writer. And rather than you getting to pick your own reading, this week I'm going to have you read a story called The Sound of Thunder. It is a 12 pages. It's not a huge story. I think it goes by pretty quickly just because it's really enjoyable to read. A lot of you probably have read it before. It's by Ray Bradbury. He wrote Fahrenheit 451 and some other really good stories. He is a dystopian writer, and so even though this is more of a sci-fi story, there's some elements of modern fiction that come into play here. So it's probably not the perfect example for sci-fi, but I just really like it, and I think everything we talk about in the conventions video you'll be able to see here. So read through it, and what you're going to really want to do is watch this video first, or attend class on Monday first, and then once you do that, you're going to go through A Sound of Thunder and take notes as you go, like when you see the convention show up. Like, for example, the very first convention is about the importance of making a really good setting, and allowing your setting to be showcased so that readers can picture things. And look at this. It just starts off with setting and characters. The sign on the wall seemed to quaver under a film of sliding warm water. Interesting. Eccles, so we get our main character, felt his eyelids blink over his stare, and the sign burned in this momentary darkness. Time Safari Incorporated. Safaris to any year in the past. You name the animal, we take you there, you shoot it. Oh man, like this is just, we are totally picturing what's going on. He's at a time travel office, and he's going to go back to presumably shoot an animal. Warm phlegm gathered in Eccles' throat. He swallowed and pushed it down. Ooh. The muscles around his mouth formed a smile as he put his hand slowly out upon the air, and in that hand waved a check for $10,000 to the man behind the desk. We're picturing this. Does this safari guarantee I come back alive? We guarantee nothing, said the official, except the dinosaurs. All right, we're getting that's we can picture this. We know what's going on. We got a character. He's going back in time to shoot a dinosaur. I'll let you read the rest of the story, but really like setting focus there, character focus there, just like you'll read about or listen to in the video and in class. So nice. So once you finish that, you're going to do a write-up just like you did last week of A Sound of Thunder. You're going to be picking out what Ray Bradbury did as the writer of this story to craft it and to make it come alive, right? So this is the writer's lens. You are reading A Sound of Thunder like a writer. The goal is not to read it for comprehension. Did you follow everything? Or theme? What was the theme of the story? The goal is for you to read it and go, what specific moves did Ray Bradbury do so that you could enjoy the story, so that you were pulled into the story? What type of language did he use? What kind of conventions did he follow or break? That kind of thing. So yeah, you guys have seen this assignment sheet already. I literally have so many copies. It's 2-4-1 now. So A Sound of Thunder, you're looking, what did the author do? Develop characters. What did they want to accomplish? What type of language did they use? Did they ever make you cry or laugh or wince? And then you're going to have a 500-word reflection that you upload here. And some really important things to look for just in this story is imagery, dialogue, and repetition. Okay, imagery, dialogue, repetition. Look for those things in this story as you do the assignment. Okay, so now going back to our list. Once you finish that assignment, let's do Wednesday at midnight this week. Shouldn't take you too long, honestly. And then after that, you get into your writing piece. Okay, so we'll study The Sound of Thunder. We'll have gone over conventions of sci-fi and fantasy, and then this is going to be your first trial write. Okay, and the reason I call them trial writes is I think of trial running, where you are running to get like an idea of your time so that you kind of know your capabilities, or like a test drive, so to speak, might be a way of thinking of them. You are not racing. You are not doing the full competition or the full work, right? You're not writing a whole story. You are testing a genre out. And so let me just walk you through this assignment description real quick. Throughout the first 6 weeks of this course, you're going to write 4 total trial writes. Think of these as test drives for creative writing in a particular genre. The goal is not to write a full paper. You're not going to finish these, okay? But it's to get a start on a potential paper and to practice different writing styles. I go over those writing styles in the content this week. You're going to practice them now. So right now it's fantasy sci-fi. Next week it'll be modern fiction. We'll take a week off. Then we'll do mystery. Then we'll do personal narrative. Each of these genres has typical conventions, terms, styles, but I also want you to use your voice and add your personal flair, and I want you to try something new. I want you to write a story with characters and a fun plot and take risks, and you're test driving it. You are taking it for a test drive. I do ask that they're 500 or more words. That's not that much. That's 2 pages, double spaced. I want to see your plot going somewhere. And then, of course, there's just some really basic writing principles, relatability and coherence. You know, if you can make your characters more relatable and more likable, great work. Coherence, you want to lose points, jack up your coherence. What do I mean? If you shift your verb tense or you shift your point of view, it just crushes your story. Do not shift your verb tense and do not shift your point of view. If you do that, I'm going to have a really hard time not docking like 5 points. I'm serious, dude. Like, do not mess this one up. Keep to the one verb tense, keep to one point of view. It's that simple. And then, of course, make sure you follow the genre-specific conventions that we're going to talk about. I highly recommend you do this in a Google Doc, but then you download the Google Doc as a docx or PDF when you submit it, okay? I won't accept it if it's emailed to me. I just can't keep track of that much stuff. So we're at 25 points, and I grade them on your ability to use the conventions we talk about in class in your own writing, as well as grammar, coherence, and uniqueness. I recognize these pieces as works in progress, and as such, I'll do my best to provide you with lots of feedback and plenty of grace in the grading process. I'm not looking to just destroy all your grades right up front. So it's about direction, not perfection. And do just keep in mind that these are going to be the starting point of your major class project, which is called the Creative Writing Project, the CWP. So do your best on them, because it will be reused, right? We're either going to review it and practice feedback, excuse me, or you're going to turn it into a full story and you're going to complete it. So don't slough, like, do your best on it. Okay, so that's the trial rights. So in summary, this week, you got content. I'm freezing up. Let's see, my face is back. Monday in class, or this online lecture. Then Wednesday, I would recommend doing the Sound of Thunder assignment and the writer's lens that goes with it. You're going to read it, then you're going to respond as the writer of it, saying what I do differently. And then, like Friday, so to speak, you're going to do your trial, right? You're going to spend time writing 500 plus word creative writing piece of your choice using all the conventions that we studied in the previous week. That's the goal. Hope this makes sense. And let me know if you have any questions. See ya.